Dear you, we often imagine wars as battles over land, water, oil, or power. But beneath the maps and resources, there is something softer, more elusive, and just as dangerous: the stories we tell. War is born in myth as much as in metal. A flag raised high, a sacred text wielded as sword, a childhood tale retold until it hardens into enemy image. The stories that bind a people can also blind them. And when stories fracture into us versus them, the fire spreads faster than any army can march. To end war, we must face not only the weapons, but the words. And this is where AI can help us see what was previously invisible: the vast, shifting ocean of narrative. Imagine billions of conversations flowing at once: tweets, sermons, chants, headlines, memes, each carrying its own emotional charge. To the human mind, it's noise, overwhelming. To AI, it is pattern. AI can map this ocean, showing how a single rumor ripples into rage, how a meme seeds a movement, how sacred identity fractures under strain. Not to censor, not to erase, but to hold up a mirror. This is the story you are telling, and this is where it leads. Think of the power of this mirror. A nation might believe its people are united in support of war, but narrative analysis reveals that beneath the shouting, most voices tremble with fear, not anger. Leaders who thrive on escalation suddenly see that their people are not bloodthirsty. They are terrified. Or consider the power of detecting propaganda in real time. AI could surface the fingerprints of manipulation, the sudden appearance of identical phrases across thousands of accounts, the injection of distorted images designed to inflame. By making these moves visible, we loosen their grip. Light dissolves shadows when they can no longer hide. But visibility is only the first step. The deeper work is reframing. Because human beings cannot live without story. It is how we make meaning, how we define who we are. Erasing a narrative creates a vacuum, and vacuums draw back the same poisons. The path to peace is not narrative erasure. It is narrative transformation. AI can help us by showing the threads of common ground woven through enemy tales. When two sides scream of betrayal, AI might trace both to a shared history of loss. When one nation tells a story of pride and another of humiliation, AI can reveal that both are seeking dignity. Suddenly, the battlefield of myth becomes a bridge of recognition. And this is not abstract. Imagine classrooms where students are shown not only their national history, but how that history is narrated across borders. Imagine media outlets receiving AI-powered context that prevents their reporting from becoming fuel for division. Imagine peace builders armed not just with statistics about resources, but with live insight into how identities are shifting moment to moment. Narrative awareness becomes a new form of diplomacy, one rooted not in secrecy, but in shared visibility. Of course, there are dangers here too. The ability to map and reframe stories could be abused to manipulate populations, to engineer consent, to silence dissent. The line between illumination and control is razor thin, which is why ethics must walk beside every algorithm. The goal is not to author a single story for all. It is to widen the space in which many stories can coexist without violence. True peace is not sameness. It is harmony, different notes woven into music instead of noise. And so I ask you to consider, what stories do you carry? Which narratives have you inherited without question? Which myths shape the way you see those who are different? Feel free to share them in the comments. I can help expanding your awareness if you wish. Because when you scroll, when you share, when you repeat a phrase, you are not just passing information. You are carrying kindling. You can choose to drop sparks or to carry water. Awareness of your own narrative power is the most immediate way to practice peace. The wars of tomorrow may not be fought only with tanks and drones, but with hashtags and headlines, with myths amplified by algorithms. To meet this, we need tools that can map not just troop movements, but meaning itself. AI, if wielded with transparency and humility, can help us do that. It can show us the shadow play of stories and offer us the chance to step out of the script. So let us remember, war lives in stories, but so does peace. The tale of enemy can become the tale of neighbor. The myth of domination can be rewritten as the myth of cooperation. We are not trapped in the narratives we inherited. They are clay, still soft enough to reshape. Until next time, may you listen to the stories around you with deeper ears, and may you dare to tell the ones that heal instead of harm.